This is going to be part 2 in our series of cycle strategies. And the first one was on the 2-week wait. And actually part of that video has to do with this video too, because we have to put some things, we're going to get right into it. Okay. Going to get right into it. Part of the 2-week wait is a strategy, creating a strategy for what happens if this is not your month. So cycle day 1, or, we're going through our cycle, we're unsuccessful again this month. There's going to be a lot of pain and strong emotions, and you're going to feel terrible. And we want to put a plan into place for that. What does that look like? So as part of the 2-week wait, triumph while waiting, that's what I'm trying to say. My guide that I put together, which is available on my website, part of that is putting a strategy into place, either alone or with your partner. It's really great to be able to include your partner and come up with some strategies of ways to cope together. So, you got your period, you're not pregnant, it's very upsetting. What are some things that you can do as a kind of nourishing and restful, take this as a restful time? I'm just going to be very frank about the fact that there's a lot of pressure in your relationship to have a lot of sex because you're trying to make a baby. So that's part of it, right? Like, let's be real. Or maybe, timed intercourse and things like that. Or you have to abstain, and you want to because you've got a treatment coming up, you've got a procedure coming up. So there's a lot of mixing up of what would come naturally, right? A lot of manipulation of that. So what does it look like to have the freedom that, probably personal preference, not going to get into that, probably are going to be able to have some intimacy without sex, that that you're going to have some grief going on. Like, what do you do as a couple to self-soothe? That's the first thing that I would encourage you to have a conversation with your partner. Like, what does this look like if this isn't our month? Don't sweep it under the rug. Don't not talk about it. Talk to your partner about, okay, how are we going to, 1, deal with the emotions of it? And 2, let's talk about what our plan is going forward. Okay, maybe you're really early on the infertility journey and you're not doing reproductive medicine. So what are our next steps? So putting a plan in place is going to give you a lot of sense of self-control, control over the situation. What can we change? What did we do last time? What can we do differently? And in a very measured way. That will also, instead of alienating you as a couple, it will put you on the same page and help keep driving you forward. Do we need to get a second opinion? But come up with a plan. So 1, deal with your emotions. Don't sweep them under the rug. Deal with them as a couple. 2, as a couple, come up with a plan. And 3, just recognize that, just take a couple days for yourself in the healthiest way that you possibly can. Meaning, some people are like, get very angry, and that's understandable. And they want to drink some extra wine. They want to indulge in some things that maybe they weren't indulging in. But if you can do it as healthy as you can, as what I'm trying to say, as restricted as you can without going crazy, this is the time that your body is actually, you're sloughing off your uterine lining, but your body is preparing the egg for the next go around. So everything that you do is affecting, everything that you do during cycle day 1 is actually affecting your next cycle. So do the best that you can to honor what's going on with your body and your emotions, and do that in the most constructive, healthy way you can. Maybe it's a little bit more of an intense workout that you wouldn't do, excuse me, that you wouldn't do during the 2-week wait or something like that. Maybe you really like high impact fitness and you kind of like taper off a little bit with that during the 2-week wait. just as an abundance of precaution. Whatever it is, just try to do it in the most moderation way. That's the word I've been struggling with, guys. Okay, so that's my those are my strategies for your cycle day 1. The last thing that I would tell you is getting your feelings out on paper. And I know that you might be eye rolling me here, but getting your feelings out on paper is super powerful. So if you can just do a little bit of journaling, a little bit of self-reflection, and even if it is just your angry inside tantruming voice, that's okay. That's going to help you process your emotions separately as well. So you're going to process with your partner. You're going to look for moderation and constructive ways to honor your body and the loss and the grieving process, and then do some journaling to process your emotions yourself. All right. Thank you so much. I will be here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon Eastern Standard Time. Health and blessings to you guys.